They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Mills, fourth down, gotta have it. Oh, he's gonna let this go for the end zone. And got his man, it's caught. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. On first down, it's White. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. White. That's to Davis. He's got it. Out of the gun. Gone. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Flushed out right. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game. Now Purdy. That's Samuel. Caught left side. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk at the 46. Throwing again is gone. And that, nearly picked off. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And the Broncos get there and take him down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Texans. Here's Smith. Goodwin able to haul it in. Now a handoff up the middle. Knight. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And got his man, it's caught. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. On first down, it's White. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. White. That's to Davis. He's got it. Out of the gun. Gone. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Flushed out right. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game. Now Purdy. That's Samuel. Caught left side. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk at the 46. Throwing again is gone. And that, nearly picked off. And a pass
from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This is the National Football League. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning he's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action, now it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Mostert. And not a whole lot there as he'll get him down at about the 2. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Now Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Carr now on first down. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Oh, able to avoid him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Touchdown. Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. An excellent execution of the 360 spin helped him out there as he gets forward for a pickup of about 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Gets past one man, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, Mostert, and he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Carr to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation, and they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check back. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Tua going to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a give to Mostert running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Waddle, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. There's a nice move. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mostert will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action. Now Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Carr now on first down. Slant to Adams. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Again, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Carr again. Touchdown Raiders. Brandon Bolden, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have regained the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Tua going to try and go quickly here. Throwing again on second down. Tua. That's complete. What a grab by Hill. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Tagovailoa. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Tua to throw again. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Tua now on first down. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Caught by Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running the counter with Mostert. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Tua sets up to pass it. He completes it to Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run here with Mostert. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. On the handoff, they start with Bolden. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down and 4, Carr, and that's complete to Adams. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Carr. Caught outright by Renfro. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Miami set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Tua now on first down. Another catch there for Waddle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On the handoff, this is Mostert, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 33. 69 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Hill. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Carr on the bootleg, and that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. This is Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
52's the mark, boy. 52. Hey, watch the shot. Go.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
32.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On second down, Mostert. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 94 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So 4th and goal. Their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a two-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And quickly, they get to the line. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st down, Carr. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.